Hi everybody, thank you for joining me once again. Today I'm working on this large watercolour paper sheet. It's about 12 inches deep by about 24 wide, and the reason I'm going to do this is because I have a mount and a frame that I want to use. So this is the mount size. Now I've drawn it out and I've also drawn an inside line so that I know roughly how large I need to work to. First thing I'm going to do is use my lovely gold Posca pen just to draw some very random lines. Those of you who've watched my loose abstracts before will know I don't plan these, I don't draw them out, I just sort of see how they feel on the day. And this one I want to do a little bit different, and I hope that you'll stick till the end because not only is this a loose one, but I've also introduced some of the crackle paste that we enjoy. I'm going to use a few different inks and paints. I'm going to use some pearlescent ones. And so the first thing I need to do is just using this flat brush, just wet some areas with really nice, clean, just ordinary tap water. Put plenty on because we want the inks to move nicely. So first thing I'm going to do, this is my Payne's Grey watered down acrylic, which I've actually turned into my own ink. Now I'm applying it with a pipette, which is a very good scientific word for us artists. It's just simply because it makes it easier to draw. As you can see, I am just randomly going a little bit along the line of the water, a little bit missing it and a little bit connecting with it so that the ink actually flows into the wet areas and we still have a crisp line where it's dry on the paper. So we can have fun with this. We can enjoy mixing that around, putting the little bits of lines just random. Sometimes they cross over the gold ones we've done. Sometimes they run alongside. Just drop a little bit more ink in there. And while that line is still wet, I'm just very nearby to it, but not quite catching it, using a 1-inch flat brush this time to add some water. Just literally again, just pulling it where I want to put it. I'm going in with that beautiful soft pearlescent green. Now, I don't mind if this hits a little bit of the blue ink that we've already put in. You can see as I'm drawing with this pipette, this one comes with the bottle. They do hold quite a lot of ink in them, by the way, but the metallic ones don't move quite as easily as the non-metallic, just because of the pigments that are actually in them. So I'm going to actually push it around a little bit with this silicone tool. And a lot of you will know I do enjoy using this tool. It's a very nice spatula type tool which enables me to push and to scrape the paint into some interesting shapes. Now we'll cross that a little bit into that blue. There we go. So this is going to mix together. Remember, the green is slightly pearlescent, so it's got a little bit of a sparkle in it. And the Payne's Grey ink mix that I've made, now you can see as I pull the ink out, there's quite a bit of blue in with the grey, which is what makes it such a lovely colour. Now again, I would pull some of that down, change that shape a little. And it really does help it to move. Just take your time. Catch that little bit of blue there with some water. We'll pull that shape out a little bit just to soften it up. I'm just starting to make the shapes that I think I'm going to work with. Tilt the board a little bit. You can see where it's wet and the ink will start to move and flow. Okay, let's just wet that down a little bit more. As I say, the metallic pigments just prevent it from running freely. Okay, so I'm going back in with the pipette and just dropping in some more of that Payne's Grey wet mix on top of the green. It's looking pretty. There's only those two colours using so far. So I'll wet that down a little bit, help it to mix and just soften some of those areas out a bit. Now I'm going to be really brave here. This is a very bright colour. I am using it judiciously. I am only going to put it into a few little areas, but I want to mix it into the Payne's Grey because with the blue element that's in the Payne's Grey, this with this red should start to make a sort of almost a violet purpley shade once it mixes. So I literally am just going to put this in a few small spots. If you're in any doubt, add a little, you can always add more, but some of these brighter shades do actually stain quite quickly and you'll find once they're dry they won't mix, they won't lift at all. So just be careful where you're putting them. So let's just say, if in doubt, leave it out. There we go, just soften that down nicely. Now I'm going to actually use my metal palette knife and just push some lines. I'm just going to pull that colour out a little. Pushing, pulling. It's just going to make some more interesting details. And again, I'm going to go back in and add a little more of the Payne's grey ink. Just strengthen some of those areas. There we go. So connect things up. There we go. Lovely. And again, where it's hitting any wet, it's going to run, but it's giving me some nice crisp lines where the paper is dry. I'm going to leave that to dry now, because the next stage requires it to be completely dry. So here we are, nice and dry. And now, as we know, once the inks have dried, they are going to stay there. So I want to start adding some interest into some other areas. And I'm going to use this Pebeo modelling paste, which comes in two parts. I have used this before in some of my other videos. So we have a sort of base coat and a texture layer. So I just pour out the base coat onto a plastic dish, and I'm just going to brush it into some interesting shapes, and I'm going to go across the inks that we've put down. Remember, these are completely dry now, so they won't be disturbed. One thing that I will say is that the instructions actually say to apply this base coat, leave it for an hour to dry, and then put the crackle layer. I find that it actually has to still be a little bit shiny and not completely dry. If it's utterly dry, the crackles don't actually form. So here I have put the paste over the top, and now we need to leave those overnight to dry, and then hopefully in the morning we will have some crackles. And here we are. And I hope that you can see we've actually got some really good crackles. As I said, I actually applied this top coat while the base was still slightly shiny, slightly wet, and we've got some really nice crackles there. So I'm looking forward to the next stage, which is going to be to apply some of this gold ink. Now I'm actually just going to drop it onto these shapes, all of the ones that I've done, and I'm just going to use this flat brush to paint it in. What I want it to happen is to drop the ink into the crackles. I actually almost want the surface gold to disappear and it just to be visible through there. So I'm going to carry on doing that. I'll put on enough that I'm happy that it will work, and I will paint the rest of these shapes as well. So here we are, all painted, and now they're actually dry, and we can see the colours underneath, especially in the darker areas, which is great. But what I want to do now is add a little bit of the colours that we've already used. So I'm going to go in with a little bit of the Payne's grey, but as paint. So this isn't the ink, this is actually paint. I'm also going to apply some of the pink as well. Okay, so now you can see the shapes are covered. They've got a mixture of the gold, the blue, and a little bit of the pink. But now I want to soften them with this metallic white. So I'm literally just going to paint this on all over those shapes. And it's softening and giving a different sheen. It's softening down some of those darker colours. It's taking some of the brightness of the gold away. And it's left a sort of mother of pearl finish, which I'm really pleased with. But I now want to connect some of these shapes up. So I'm going to use the gold ink again. I'm just going to use this rigger brush just to draw some lines that I can connect these shapes, just to give me a sense of where I want to join them. And then I'm going to go in straight away with the dropper and go over those lines, add a little bit more ink. I already know where I'm going to put them, so that makes life easier. And it stops them being adrift. They almost have a purpose together. And the next stage is to just soften that ink down, that gold ink, just with some clean water, tap water, just to soften it out and to pull it across some of those other inked areas, which is going to add a beautiful sheen. It's softening those lines, but it's connecting the shapes. They almost look like little whales almost. And I'm going to drop some of the Payne's grey ink while that gold is still wet. And that's just going to give that a lovely softness, but a little bit of emphasis of colour. a little bit more depth. And I'm going to do that where I feel is necessary. And finally, I'm just going to put a few drops here and there. I'm just going to break up the background. Done some in blue, done some in gold. And it just takes the bareness off the background. I really hope that you've enjoyed this. It's been quite different, and I would love to see you again for another project very soon. Thanks so much for watching. Keep painting. Bye for now.